Next up, it's a startup from Bangalore. It's a startup that reaches out to a very hot, evergreen almost now in India at least, e-commerce sector. Before inviting the Unbox team, I'd like to play out their pitch video.
Finding a favorite title and author in a bookstore like this one can truly be a daunting task. Life in an online e-commerce world is very different, and that's where we come in. We at Unbox provide a search solution on the cloud which can plug into any e-commerce site and provide your users with a world-class search experience instantly. So e-commerce sites can say goodbye to putting in thousands of dollars and years of effort to get their search right. Our search solution is customized for e-commerce sites which are product and feature intensive. A revenue model. Our pricing structure is on the basis of the number of products and the number of searches that take place on the platform. It's divided into slabs. So for around 20,000 searches, we charge $250 a month, which can go up to $10,000 per month. With this model, we project our revenues to cross 1 crore by the end of this year and 90 crores by the end of 5 years.
The time has come on to Super Angels. We've added more features to the product, which gives us wider access to a market. We are looking at a target of achieving at least $150 million market worldwide. We've added at least 6 more customers, and which takes the total up to 15. And we are looking at hitting a monthly recurring revenue of $15,000 a month by end of March. I want to raise $200,000 for 10% equity.
I'd like to start off with Sanjay. Sanjay, you've seen this plan, you've met these guys before. What's your take on the technology and its use?
I think the technology is good. I think this is all about your selling, your marketing, your go-to-market. So tell me a little bit about how you scale on the sales side.
Basically, by us being able to be platform agnostic, we can fit into any website. This is where it presents an opportunity for us, where we can work with any website which has any searchable content to be out there. Our search can power that website.
And they believe $10,000 is a decent value for that.
To throw in some numbers, we've reduced, we've reduced the no results found pages. We've seen that 30 to 35% of entire search query results were no results found. We've got it down to 2%.
I'd like to start off with Mahesh. Mahesh, are you in or you out? You still maintain your stance?
If you guys had progressed the way we talked about it, I would have been in. But as of right now, like I said, do this and come back to me in whatever time it takes, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Till then, I'm out.
Vishal?
Well, if they have or if I had a secret sauce, I would start my own restaurant and not give it to everybody else. And since they are distributing the sauce freely, I'm not interested.
Sanjay?
The go-to-market for me. I'll wait.
Karthik?
I like the positives of the opportunity. If I had to place a bet, it would be more like 50 lakhs and 10% for it. There's a lot to prove. I don't mind taking early stage risk, but that's kind of.
So we have an investment with 50 lakhs and 10%. How does that look for you guys?
In 6 to 8 months, we have a pipeline of making $100,000 a month. I mean, the money, more than the money, we see that there is value to work with everybody. So that's why we came to a conclusion that we can go up to 5%. So
I can do a page, but unreasonable expectation on valuation is what it is. So I actually was making an offer of 2 crore for 26%, and I was buying a complete ticket that you had, which was your offer. So if you want to do a bit of pro rata on that, there are discounts and offers.
So 2 crores for 26 is a 8 crores quote.
Right.
So if you're talking about whatever 50 lakhs, whatever.
You can take a pro rata.
It's 6%.
That's what it is. Yeah.
6-7%.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. 50 lakhs to 7%, you guys have 15 seconds.
Okay, so we can do one thing. Thanks Vijay for showing that you liked us. I mean, I like the fact that you liked us.
Why are you having to be
But we are extremely confident of hitting 100K mark in 6 to 8 months. We have a huge pipeline.
Pawan, what's your final take?
Yeah. So I think we'll wait and come back for a better valuation.
So again, if you're waiting, fine. I'd like to see you back if you can do this self-surfing and get it up.
Sure. All right. It's not always that the startup refuses the investment from the angel. A big round of applause for Unbox. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much to Pradeep, Mahesh, and the rest of them are waiting for you to come back with your revenue numbers. It's time to introduce the third startup on the stage. It's another startup from Bangalore, from the voice space. Let's play out the pitch of Exotel.
How many times have you seen businesses that have not just one number, but five? And even with all these five numbers, you never seem to get through to them. Solutions such as call centers are expensive and time-consuming. So disconnect that line. First, we have a solution called Exotel. Exotel is an innovative voice and SMS technology. It's a phone management platform on the cloud. So firstly, you tell your customer about your number. One number to call and to SMS. When a call comes in, our technology routes this call to yours and your staff phones on the basis of convenience. Our pricing model is one, where we charge the consumer 1 paisa per person per second for all voice calls and 6 paisa per SMS. There are no setup costs or fixed costs. We've been now able to get a lot more customers who are using the product a lot more and giving us a lot of feedback. Our team size has also increased. We've hired specific people for managing our sales, marketing, and technology. We've also started operations in Bombay, and we've been rolling there for the last 3 months now. We're looking to raise between $500,000 and $750,000. We will probably be happy giving up to 25% stake to the investor.
All right, folks, it's time to introduce Exotel onto stage. Put your hands together. Time for our first section, Crossfire for Exotel. I'd like to start off with Mahesh. You've met with Shiv Kumar and the team. What are your questions for Exotel? What would you like to know more about the business?
So, I really want to understand how many customers you've grown to. We've been talking for many months right now. You're still slow on the uptake in terms of picking up customers. So what's happening on that front?
Sure. Hi, Mahesh. We have about 65 customers now. We are going a little slow on the customers, primarily because we want to fix supply side and infrastructure side issues.
What does it mean? Experience supply side and infrastructure side issues means your software isn't done yet.
So the only thing that's actually working well is the software. Turns out that the telecom infrastructure of this country, and especially when you're in the cloud business, is extremely fragile. And
you are fixing the telecom industry in India.
How much is it?
And you have 3 weeks it'll be done.
No, we're not fixing the telecom network. We're just creating redundancy so that when one line goes down, the other line is up and so on.
Okay. Karthik, what are your thoughts of Exotel? What do you make of the business?
Challenge is going to be, is this a feet on street model? Is it a reseller model? How do you reach out to hundreds and thousands of customers? As Mahesh said, is scaling up a function of capital, or is it far more challenging than that?
What sort of targets would you like to set for Exotel?
I would want to see at least like maybe a customer a day for the next year.
Right. Shifted? How confident are you of achieving that?
It's actually pretty simple. So one of the 5 finalists here is my customer. I actually stumbled across another customer who's sitting somewhere in the audience. I think the value prop is significant. I'm sure I can convert 3 of the 10, which is also the conversion ratio that we are having right now. I think there is no doubt in our mind. I think whether it is feet on the street or not, I think we're going to sell.
I think it has to be in stages. I think there is, as we all are talking about, business model ideation and so on. So I'll commit in 2 tranches, 1 crore. So it will be first in 50 lakh and then second on a 15 or 20%. I'll just go flat on 26.
time to move to the next section, which is place your bet. Shippu, what's your funding requirement? How much are you looking to raise?
I think I'm happy with 3 crores for about 25%.
3 crores for 25%.
Are you willing to go completely B2C, forget this SME business altogether?
At this point, I don't know.
You don't know? Because I'm willing to give you the 3 crores for 25%, but I'm looking for a B2C model.
I like what I call the SME, the extra small enterprise, XSE enterprise, which is like a small office, home office, which might be producers, 3 people working in a consultancy, 5 people working on a movie, 8 people working on the production house. Companies of 10 people or less.
How do you find them? The cost of selling to them is impossible.
I have a magic word called self-serve, right? I'm actually willing to, it's not 3 crores for 25%, but I'll probably offer you 2 crores for 30%.
Karthik, you haven't spoken too much.
I'm just gauging all the bets. I can put together a small consortium to get 2.5 crores. 2.5 crores is what I would put on the table.
Okay.
Not more than that.
Okay.
And I think I'll be comfortable taking 25, 26% of the company.
2 crores, 26%.
2 crores to 26% from Mahesh. Shivkumar, the clock is ticking. The investors have placed their bet.
It's too little in terms of what I can distinguish. Like Mahesh brings his own values. I think Karthik brings his own values.
Sure.
Both of them, I know them well. I trust them. But I think I don't have much else to choose except the fact that he's giving 50 lakhs more.
Yeah. So, are you making a formal acceptance of the offer from Karthik?
Let's do it.
Fantastic. Yes, we have a winner. It's time to introduce our next startup onto stage. Before inviting Droid Cloud, I'd like to play out their pitch video.
Mobile applications have grown with a tremendous proportion. Right now, every month we get 35,000 new applications on Vijay platform. Now, all these applications are bound to those mobile devices. What we have to do, the problem is that those applications have to get into the web system. Droid Cloud solves this problem. Droid Cloud brings basically Android on the web. So the user can access an Android application from the browser itself. One of the use cases that I'm a developer and then I want to share my application how it works from the actual UI my users and my clients. So the price point for this is on per app per month basis. We currently forecast it as $30, but it depends on the infrastructure cost.
As you know, in the last stage, we have showed the work type of Droid Cloud. After that, we have released the public demo for Droid Cloud on the 16th of Jan, where people enjoyed the Droid Cloud technology and they have used the Sudoku app of live app of Droid Cloud. After that, we have released the private beta of Droid Cloud on 9th of Feb, where app publishers publish their apps on Droid Cloud and they are using the technology in the beta stage now. We are planning to release the public release on the next month. For investment is concerned, we are ready to sweat around 10 to 15% of equity for 1 crore funding.
Yeah, that was the pitch of Droid Cloud. We'd like to invite the team from Droid Cloud. Round of applause, guys. I'd like to start with the big Android user here, Mahesh. Android app development on the cloud.
What's the actual use? So is there a big use for this? What's the big use of? I'm curious.
Yeah, this is what we are targeting right now with current technology. That is creating app links and sharing on the web. And so when users come to that link, they can try that app. If they like it, they can download it or share it.
So I think the hypothesis now is to see more Android apps being used on other platforms.
Yeah.
Karthik, what are your thoughts on Droid Cloud?
To me, if you can build a platform which is seamlessly migrating one application across platforms, if that process is seamless, I think people will pay.
That is time for the place your bet section. A lot of different takes. Vishal, are you in or you out?
I can play with virtual currency.
Vishal's out. Sanjay?
it'll take a little bit more time, I think.
Okay. Karthik?
Saying too early for us. I mean, would love to see a little more traction. Get friends, family, angels, go build out something, survive, show us what the use cases then might be.
So it's between Mahesh and Vijay. Mahesh?
Mahesh, you have to fund anything Android. Come on.
I'm happy. I'm happy to offer for 0% stake my time. And that of my colleagues to help figure out a business model. It's too early to look at funding. And if there's something that works for, I'm happy to look at later. But right now, 0% for my time.
Vijay?
So, what are you looking at?
What's the amount you're looking at?
Yeah, around a crore for 15 to 20%.
You're looking to raise a crore?
Yeah, crore.
So between 15, 20%.
15% for 1 crore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it has to be in stages. I think there is, as we all are talking about, business model ideation and so on. So I'll commit in 2 tranches 1 crore. So it will be first in 50 lakh and then second on a few discovered business models which have traction on that second tranche of 50 lakh. So there will be 2 tranches tickets. And 15 and 20%, I'll just go flat on 26. Straight forward there. So we can do for it again.
What's your
1 crore 26%. It's 50 lakh for 13%. For now, if we have to say that word, and then there is a commitment of full 1 crore anyway. So 50 lakh for 13%. 50 lakh for 13%.
That's 13%. Is that something that's valuable to you?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Well, you have a deal.
We wanted to commit 25 because I think in the translation.
If you give me 5%, I can commit 50 lakh also.
Time for us to move to the last startup here as part of our Super Angels. This one is to do with the contract staffing place. It's staff on contract. Here's the pitch.
India's IT workforce is about 20 lakh people. 20 lakh people that contribute to 70% of the cost of any IT company. Considering at least 10% of all employees are on bench through the year, these are the costs that can certainly be cut down. There is a solution, staffoncontract.com. At current state, we have a database of over 5,000 IT consultants at all levels, all looking to work on a contract that's for a specified time period or a project. Our business model is one where we charge corporates rupees 2 lakhs per annum for access to our pre-rated database of profiles. Our search engine ranks the most relevant candidates on the basis of what you're looking for. We project revenues of 43 lakhs in year 1, moving to 25.5 crores in year 5. Suffering from high employee costs, log on to staffoncontract.com and experience the power of contract staffing. We were primarily in one industry segment, that is IT. Subsequent to that, today we are now addressing about 7 industry segments, including healthcare, banking, pharma, and so on and so forth. Our registered members, when we started, were about 450 in April last year. We've grown that to over 4,000 now. And the third area is our customer base, which started at about 4 to 7 in the April 2000 May time frame, is now close to 62. So that's been the progress so far. We're looking at 5 crores worth of fundraise and at a 25% equity stake.
Fantastic. Put your hands together for Chetan in Dark or staff on contract. Welcome Chetan, welcome to Super Angels. It is time for the first section, Crossfire. Sanjay, the company you've also seen before. What's your take on Chetan and the staff on contract?
The comment was around scale, if you remember. How do you scale quickly? Because this is a very enterprise-oriented business.
Sure.
And so how have you dealt with that issue?
Great. I mean, the video that we saw was probably the old one that came through where the ticket size was 2 lakhs per annum. But we've looked at that while the 10 percentile of the organizations are something that they will pay a 2 lakhs, so 90% are not going to look at that 2 lakhs. So we, instead of selling at an enterprise level, we said we'll sell on a login ID basis. We drastically brought down the ID level cost at a price point of about 6 to 10,000. And because of that, now I just do an email marketing campaign, I get a phone call which my telecaller closes. So now, for the last 10 months, in the last 6 months, we've actually added probably 4,000 new providers just by doing a telesale.
Mr. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the company? They've moved away from being only positioned and focused on IT to other sectors.
I certainly like the space and the team.
Sure.
Of course, I'm not going to be signing a 5 crore check or something.
Sure.
I know.
Sure.
50 crores, nothing less than 50.
We just move on to the next segment, which is place your bet. What's your funding amount and how much stake are you willing to offer?
Yeah, we're looking for 5 crores for 25%.
5 crores to 25%. Vijay, I'll start with you. Are you winning yours?
I think it is a large ticket for me to look at.
Okay.
I'll skip.
This thing out of this one, Karthik?
The same here. Like, I think it's more appropriate for a small check from a fund as opposed to angel.
Yes.
Seeking a 20 crore valuation for a company doing 10 lakhs is a little ambitious and aggressive, and I'm out.
Sanjay?
Too expensive.
I mean, all I can say is that I'm happy to work with you. I can, of course, I can't match, 5 crores and all that. I can look at maybe 25 to 50 lakhs at the higher end and work with you on your round and figure out right valuation, etc. I think this valuation currently is definitely scary.
So Vishal is making an offer to be a mentor with staff on contract.
I think I would gladly accept that because I think Vishal did help us turn around the model that we did.
Vishal, are you, it's a formal commitment to be a mentor. Are you willing to make a seed investment in the company to work with him?
I mean, I have to sit with him. As I said, I'm happy to look at, 25 to 50 lakhs. I have to sit with him and finalize. But yeah, of course, that's a commitment.
50 lakhs, you wanted to commit 25 because I think it's in the translation.
I mean, if he's giving me 5%, I can commit 50 lakhs also.
Okay.
So that's right. 10 crore.
That's an offer. 50 lakhs, 5%, that's a 10 crore valuation.
What do you think you should do?
It is a pretty decent offer, especially looking at the Vishal has been in the business and so on.
I accept.
Great.
Yeah.
There you go. We've seen 20 startups come and make their pitches in the last 6 months. 5 got shortlisted and as many as 3 have gotten funded today at the Super Angels finale at the BSC. I'd like to invite Nikhil of Intuit onto stage to hand over mementos to all the startups. A round of applause. Intuit is also offering a 1-year package for their QuickBooks software. So I'd like to invite the startups onto stage. We'll start with Live Inbox. Put your hands together for Live Inbox. Next up, I'd like to call upon stage Unbox. Students have the guts to refuse the deal from Vijay. Next up, the startup which managed to cut the biggest check, Shiv Kumar of Exotel. Put your hands together, folks. Fourth on stage, I'd like to invite the team from Pune Joy Club. And finally, the last startup which is on stage, Staff on Contract. my heart. I'd like to thank the angels for taking out time from their busy schedules and being extremely generous in writing checks and supporting entrepreneurship and startups in the country. A big round of applause for all the super angels.